Alrighty, hello. Sorry for the wait. I had to go and do some errands because I forgot to do them before I came home from work. Okay, so back to Miles Edgeworth's case. It is December 27th, 10 o'clock in the morning, District Courtroom number 3. Hi, Shifty. And he is accused of murder. And here's hoping I can remember all the developments last time, because that was 2 weeks ago. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, what did I do for this guy when he's not doing just dots? Very well. Apparently the prosecution is also ready. I will try to remember before he says something again. I think it was like a terrible French-German hybrid. Who's the judge here, anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Good opening statement. Very well, no opening statement. His opening statement is an objection, got it. Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Oh, here we go again. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Did we already do this bit? Order. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Bah! Must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness, to stand. Some mysterious boat shop owner. Okay, yes, this is where we're supposed to be. Okay. Alrighty. Witness, state your profession. Professional sleepwalker. Okay, what did I do for this guy? I remember I couldn't keep it up for very long. I am the proprietor of the restaurant The Wet Noodle at George Lake. And also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yep, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. You still haven't heard who this old guy is. Let's see. Raise an objection.
Objection!
Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet.
Objection!
We're just going to start to yell objection at each other all day. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah! I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop wiggling your finger at me. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. The witness will state his name. Snore. Well, I'm not really sure. Yep. What do you mean? Memory. Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. So why should I expect he'll remember last night, or no, the night before Christmas? Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness? Okay. This should be good. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep. I was in a restaurant where I rent boats, as usual. And I heard a bang. Yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. And I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore, and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. Objection, yes. There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. This guy's supposed to be like an ace prosecutor, but all he says is don't do that, which just makes you want to press harder. There we go. No need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict, now. Yes. Mr. Wright? I mean, I cross-examine, of course. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma? 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time. Good. You may cross-examine the witness. Okay. Night of the 24th, just after midnight. Okay. So, let's start by asking for more information. Just after midnight, you say? Yep, just around then. Are you sure? Pretty sure? Yep. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today.
Objection!
I asked him and he remembered. Isn't that right? Snore. Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly, I did. Yep. You see? Continue. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats, as usual. Okay. Tell me more. Is there anyone who can verify that? Well, I guess Polly could. But that's not good enough for a court of law. Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough? Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot. A parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. Prosecution concedes that he cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue. Shifty says, I'm impressed Phoenix never complained the prosecutor denying the accused his right of ample defense. I think this is in a weird Japanese court system. Like, I don't know what the deal is, but this, it's very fast and loose with how laws work. And I heard a bang. Yep.
Hold it!
And where did the bang seem to come from? From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Yep. Good. Continue. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Okay.
Hold it!
Was there someone in the boat? It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly. But I figured there was 2 men out there. Yep. But you couldn't see them clearly. Yep. At the time, that is. At the time. Then I heard another bang. Mina says that I'm right. Phoenix Wright is basically a political satire of the Japanese justice system. Okay, another bang. So you heard 2 gunshots total? Yep. That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday. Just about then the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Okay. Tell me more. By your window? Yep, by my window. Right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. I have a bad feeling about this. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Okay.
Hold it!
Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad! Oh, that's right. Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead as we was walking by, too. Witness, are you sure that's the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, that Edgeworth boy. Oh, dear. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed.
No, it doesn't. That just establishes that he was there, not that he committed the murder. Like, I'm pretty sure we already knew he was there. In fact, I'm pretty sure we already knew he was in the boat. This doesn't give us any new information.
Von Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall.
Tisk. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us.
Better act quick or this trial's going to be over. Okay, I guess I'll raise an objection. I don't know what I'm going to object to, but...
Neither did Miles, the last case.
Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired.
Why on earth, Von Karma, would he wipe his prints and then put the prints from his other hand?
You are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. That doesn't actually prove anything. The judge has lost some thought. What should I do? I'm gonna keep objecting, I guess.
Objection!
Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, "I can't believe he's dead." But his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie... Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. Evidence and testimony are not necessarily the same thing. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please. Can you hear me, sis? Oh, it's time for, Mia. It was Mia, right? We need your help. Nick needs it. Tisk, tisk, tisk. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. He may, but can he? This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. Oh boy. The case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What kind of judge are you? What? No. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. Okay, so that does not seem like a game over. That is all. The court is adjourned. Whoa, wait! Who was that just now? Me! That doesn't tell me anything. Huh? Wah! It's Larry. What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. What do you mean you weren't sure about it? But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Order. Objection. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So, you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot, that night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. Edgy. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Order. Oh, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick, this is it.
Larry's given us one final chance at this.
She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse.
Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. Doesn't get any worse.
You're right. Okay? Your Honor, if there's another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. Alrighty. Larry, out of nowhere. I mean, he was on the beach. I should have known he would turn up in the courtroom sooner or later. Phew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night? Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night? And the air tank that night? Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? Say something. You say something, right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right. Yeah. This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything's on Larry now. Alrighty. 10:35. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. Hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. So Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. Okay. That night, I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. Okay. I think I'm still going to press him on everything. That night I was out on a boat on the lake. Okay, tell me more. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? There's so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Well, okay, first of all, what time was it? Oh, it was after 11 o'clock when I went out on the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night. So I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out on the boat at such a late hour? I was looking for something, and I found it. Actually, you know what? Just in case, I'm going to say. Press. Looking for something? Yeah. Mr. Butts, what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gorty. That's surprisingly close to the truth, in a sense. This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with. So I quietly slipped the boat back at the rental shop dock. Okay. Around what time was that? Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12 o'clock. Yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? Sundial wouldn't work at midnight anyway. People use watches these days, Larry. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. Where did the sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. Okay, but he was at the dock. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Order! Order! Well, Mr. Butts? Whoa, whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Oh, okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case. I mean, he just said that he couldn't see a boat because of fog, but he was on the boat dock. Like, if there was a... If he couldn't see it, then the rental shop owner shouldn't be able to see it either. If he was at the boat dock instead of somewhere else. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. Okay, why didn't you stick around? You only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick? It's a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. Okay. Alright. So, the evidence I have. Okay, so this pistol was fired 3 times. Larry heard it once, and Lotta heard it twice, which, put those together, adds up to the 3 shots. Originally, I was thinking that the 3rd shot might have been around this time, but that's been confirmed to be Larry's, what do you call it? His balloon. Okay. Okay. So this, at 11:50, empty lake. At 12:15. Is when the gunshot was when at least one gunshot was fired. Time of death is sometime on the 24th or 25th. The shot came from approximately 1 meter away. Let's see. I don't think I can... Okay, check.
Alright, so Larry was probably out around here. Lotta was here. Boat rental place is here. Now, supposedly the boat was, like, here. Okay. What else we got? Lotta's deposition. Heard 2 sounds like gunshots just after midnight. Metal detector, poly, file. Okay. Alright. An elevator was auction completed at time of incident. No clues found on scene. Gregory Edgeworth was killed. Trapped in an elevator, returning from a lost trial with son. Miles Edgeworth, age 9. 1 bullet found in the heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. Okay. Again, this pattern of 1 hit, but multiple shots. Now, Yogi, court bailiff, trapped in an elevator with the Edgeworths, memory lost due to oxygen deprivation. After his arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide. Okay. And here's the incident photo. Okay. Bang. After that single gunshot, I went home. Okay. So, Lotta said heard 2 sounds.
Objection!
Well, wait a second, Larry. Well, what? You only heard 1 bang? You're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. The old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Mr. Butts? What? You only heard 1 gunshot? Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Eh? Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Order! Order! And stop that booing! Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? Is that a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? Continue. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. Okay. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming, loud like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it, too. Ah, that means we can establish a time. You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony.
Objection!
Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing.
The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. Okay, what Larry heard. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, listening to a real booming loud. But then I'm sure I heard the gunshot, remember exactly what the DJ was saying, too. Okay. Alright, it's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. Alright, so, tell me more. So, you turned on the radio? Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know. I don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like out there. Alone, on Christmas Eve, alone. I shouldn't have said anything. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? Okay. You by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. It does. We could figure out exactly what time this is from the radio. Objection sustained. Ah! The witness was listening to the radio. That is all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set to that night? Real booming loud. Okay, tell me more. Real booming loud? Yeah, you know. And you had headphones on. Yep. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. Can you prove that? No, of course you can't. No, I can't prove it. But I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know? I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it, too. Okay, what was he saying? What did she say?
Objection!
Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do to us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care. We should care, Your Honor. Otherwise, of course we should. Fine. Well, how do you know if we don't ask, Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. Okay. So that places it pretty much, well, presumably, right before midnight. Okay. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. It established time. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. There is one gleaming ray of hope in there. I have to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. Okay. Only being on Christmas Eve, listening to all requests show on the radio, listening to a real booming loud. Sure, I heard the gunshot. Remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. Hey, it's almost Christmas. I heard the gunshot. Okay, this photo was taken at 12:15. So, so whether or not it was just before midnight or way before midnight, it was before 12:15. So it couldn't have been one of these shots, meaning that there was a third shot fired, which is consistent with the pistol. Okay. All right. Okay, back. Okay. Taken automatically at 12:15 a.m.
Objection!
Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed. And almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. but he should have heard the gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact. Let's see what the time was on the photo when the gun trigger Mrs. Hart's camera. 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order! Order! What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious.
What?
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butt's claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? Larry's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence that there was a gunshot before midnight. That would be this pistol that was fired 3 times.
Take that!
This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When then was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order! Order! I guess that would make sense out of yesterday's testimonies.
Objection!
Bah! You waste our time again with your empty statements. Yes, the pistol was fired 3 times. But do you have any proofs that it was fired before midnight? Do you have proofs that the witness didn't just think he heard something? Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Do you have evidence that proves there was a gunshot before midnight? Do you have evidence that proves Mr. Butts wasn't just hearing things? Let's see. So an empty lake at 12:50. Let's see. Wait. Shows an empty lake taken automatically at 11:50. This only shows fires when a loud noise is detected. So the gunshot must have been at 11:50.
Take that!
Look at this photograph. It was taken by a witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp of the photo reads December 24th, 11:50. Oh yeah? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, there was a gunshot at the time that Larry claims. Order! Order! That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen on that night on the lake. Exactly! If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, and another at 15 minutes past midnight. Why, I ask you, why? Uh-oh, I'd better think of something real quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Ah! What's wrong, Nick? I have it! I have it! Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case has had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya! Yes? we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch and I'm gonna run with it. Right. I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say something that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick? Your Honor? Yes, Mr. Wright? The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Tisk, tisk, tisk. So, you finally realize the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. These people point at each other a lot. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell in the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 15 minutes after midnight, but Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are. Let's see. Edgeworth and Hammond, Edgeworth and the murderer and Hammond. Let's see. So, I guess it has to be the murderer and Hammond. Well, no, it has to be Edgeworth and Hammond because Edgeworth said that he was on the boat with Hammond, but he doesn't necessarily know what time. But this establishes it at 12:15. Elevator. Heard a weapon fired twice. Yogi. Alright. Court record. Okay. So one shot at 11:50. Which could have been Edgeworth and Hammond. Is it possible that okay, so okay, wait. So the murder could have taken place at 11:50, and then Mr. Boatkeeper could have theoretically let's see, taken
body, but getting it. I don't see a way to get it into that pose. Missing something here. Okay, so at 12:15, we already saw the boat coming back to the dock. But the only person who was looking at the lake, okay, who was in the area at 11:50 was Larry, who didn't see anything on the lake. And this shows fog. This doesn't show lake. This did not necessarily happen on the lake. Let's see. Wait, but this is an enhanced version of a photo on the lake. Okay, I'm gonna save. Save. Or maybe it wasn't Hammond that was in the boat at all. Maybe it was the murderer posing as Hammond. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. Not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous! Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Wright. It's... I guess I don't know. It's not Lotta, because Lotta obviously could not have been the murderer, because Lotta's a woman. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Ah! Again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of the crime was not on a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder really took place. Okay. Alright. Let's see. So we've got the boat shop. It's not up here. That's where Lotta was. She would have probably detected that. It would have been down here. I don't remember anything pointing to it being there. Most likely it would be at the boat shop, I would assume.
Take that!
Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing.
Objection!
Do you have proofs that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. The night he was out on the lake in a boat searching for something. He
finds it and returns to the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where did that would that be if he had just returned a boat? The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out in the middle of the lake. Then, who fired the pistol at the boat, on the boat, Mr. Wright? Well, it was less than 1 meter, so... Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. To create a witness. Okay. Good. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and then fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit, he fires again. Then... the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. Someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice, to draw attention to the boat. Once he realized that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker. Quickly. All right. Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we're conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? What should I do? Find him, quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. How? It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. Okay. Yay, Nick, you did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. What about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. Could try to smile just a little. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right? There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. To be continued. Immediately. Yes. Save progress. Alrighty. 2:11 p.m. Wright and Company Law Offices. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? Memory of a crime that I committed. Memory of murder. You really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never. Nick? Yo, how's everyone doing? Why do you always look so awkward when you show up? What do you think of my performance today? Had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh, yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on. Tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. Let's see, anything new to examine? Favorite plant, Charlie. And, yeah, all the same. Okay, back. Alright. Talk about today's trial. Larry really helped out in the trial today. You did! If you weren't there, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick, that bookshop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. They saved me. Miles, and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney. What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear the story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade, so like 9 years old. I was on trial. A class trial. A class trial? You remember, Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade? A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Huh, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. Oh yeah, now that I mention it, and now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So, they thought you did it? Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. I didn't do it. Let's see. Everyone thinks he's guilty. Badgering. I'm borrowing my eraser. Relay race. Library committee. Rob that bank. Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad. I couldn't stop crying. What the heck is that t-shirt? Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went up to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. Objection. He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs to in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Amateurs. In 3rd grade, they're amateurs. Miles? It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? Oh, Miles' money had been stolen. No? Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor the teacher, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? This is always how it is. Everybody's ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. You said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. I wonder if we're going to litigate this eventually. I wouldn't put it past this game. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. She's crying. Wow, I had no idea. Highly dramatic 3rd grade drama. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone, without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So, I took it kind of personally, see. When something smells, it's usually the bus. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my father. A famous defense attorney. And a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. DL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. It was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney. Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought, too. I tried to get in touch with him. I don't know how many times. He never replied. Guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it, though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean that's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. Of course. Edgeworth believed in me and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick. So is that why you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Hello, Green. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Aw, Nick. Nick! We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. It very well may be. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence that I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's take a look at the court record. DL6, there was... Okay, DL6 incident, time of death, all this stuff, Polly. Still got the metal detector. Green wants to know what he missed. Okay, so we established that Edgeworth did not shoot Robert Hammond on the boat. It was the caretaker who probably shot the guy before midnight and then staged the murder at 12:15. And now the caretaker has disappeared. All right. I swear there was a letter in here somewhere. Let's see. Hey, Larry. Behold my attorney's badge. Woohoo, I was hot out there, hot. I'm glad someone's happy about how this case is going. He seems too happy to care about anything I show him. Alright. Okay, so... I would assume that the best place to start would be the lake at the boat shop. So we're trying to find the caretaker. I'm gonna guess that missile will be useful. Hey pal, long time no see. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, eh? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Snapped? What is your tie made of? Sorry about that. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now, I'm off to catch me a criminal. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Oh, one other thing. Eek! No one can go into the woods today. The woods? Where Lotta was camping? The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found. He got pretty mad. No one could go in for a while. Guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Okay, so the campsite is no longer relevant. Okay. Trees, winter's chill. Toes are starting to feel numb. Yes, my poetry has that effect on some people. Today was cold. Yesterday we had a minor blizzard. I wish spring would hurry up. Go to nature park, full family's picnic on the weekend, no waterfall. Yeah. Okay. Move to the beach. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed, too. How long have I been going? About an hour and 10 minutes. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. Okay. Hot dog stand. Yeah. He's pretty happy about saving Mr. Edgeworth. True, we owe him big. Benches. No one's going to sit here on a cold day like today. Well, unless they were eating a samurai dog. How would that change the temperature, I wonder? You seem troubled, Nick. No? Who? Me? Trash can. Trash can with no trash. At least the place is well maintained. This lake sure likes to cause problems, doesn't it? Huh? I mean, everything that happened here turned out to be a lie. Gordy was a lie, and the charges against Mr. Edgeworth were all lies. I guess you're right. I mean, I'm glad the charges were all lies, but still. Okay. All right. Move to the boat rental shop. That old caretaker got away. Yep. Never imagined he might be the real murderer. I'd know that clearing of the throat anyway. Oh, it's Grossman. Hello! What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Mr. Grossberg, this is not the time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes. But from what I saw at today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? That's a good question. Okay. The boat rental shop doesn't look like anyone is around. The caretaker must have run for the hills. Yeah, looks like it. He didn't seem like a bad person. I want his pasta recipes. Event, boats. There's some boats floating at the dock. The murder took place in a boat from this dock. Apparently the police took away the actual boat that was used that night. Except it wasn't actually in that boat. There's a forest here beyond these bushes. Nick, the forest. There's someone in there. Right, there's a few policemen in there. They must be looking for the caretaker. Good luck. All right. So, all right. Move into the shack. All right. Nobody's home. Hello, hello, right? Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello, hello, right? I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself. Hello, etc., etc., etc. Okay. Parrot droppings. Okay. Apples, the Japanese variety. Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn his heater on. I guess he hasn't been back here since the trial. Ah! What's wrong? Huh? Oh, never mind. What? Tell me. Just when I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing a Pink Princess special this week. Oh. See? That's why I didn't want to tell you. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number of the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228. What? Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Aw. But hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. Not so sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. Guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. Letter? Aw, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. Handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth. Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting it on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here, perfect detail. So the old man presumably wrote this so that he could remember the details without Polly blabbing it to anybody. I think we've established at this point that it was Yanni Yogi who did this. So if we go to the DL6 incident. Okay, hold on. So that guy, the old caretaker. I forgot that there was a profiles button. Okay. So. Okay, in 2001, a few days after Christmas, Edgeworth, his father, and Yanni Yogi were trapped in an elevator. Edgeworth... Yes. All three of them were in this elevator. And the air in the oxygen was depleted. No clues were found at the scene. And Edgeworth's dad, Gregory, was murdered. And he had just lost a trial. One bullet found in the heart. Murder weapon was fired twice. Okay, Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff, trapped in the elevator with Edgeworth, memory loss due to oxygen deprivation, which might explain why he has memory loss now. So he was 37. So this 20 sounds about right for 20 years ago. Yeah. After his arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide. But he was acquitted by Hammond. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. Who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Letter from the safe added to the court record. Okay, so that's that. There's nothing left in the safe. I wonder why the caretaker didn't take the letter with him. He left in a hurry, right? I don't think he even came back here after the trial. Trash. Say, Nick, don't people usually put pictures of fish up on the wall to boast about them? Yeah, I guess so. I mean pictures of the fish they caught, right? Right, but don't all the fish on the wall here look really puny to you? Well, you know what they say. You should have seen the one that got away. Except the one that got away from us was the caretaker, and we did see him. Why do I feel like we're having two different conversations here? She said the fiancé and the parrot have the same name. Ah, okay. Polly Jenkins, okay. You're right. I hadn't noticed that. Doesn't look like he used this kitchen much. Right. I guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie. What, you thought he was telling the truth? Okay, and Polly. Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick. You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. Please know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something. Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. Says I can't take you. Great, now the bird's going to hate me. Okay. Why do I get... I mean, I got this last time, too. But why do I get a premonition about cross-examining a parrot? I just know that this parrot's going to come up on the stand and I'm going to have to pick apart contradictions in this parrot's testimony. Okay. So, okay, I'm pretty sure that this is everything to look at here. Should probably at least turn the heater on for this parrot. Okay, back to the rental shop. Back to the beach. Now back to the entrance. From here, let's see if we can get in touch with Edgeworth first. You look as grim as always. Huh. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial. I missed a thing in the boat rental? Okay, I'll go back in a minute. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it, in 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, all right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple, to a fault even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Okay. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect is apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, a man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. The defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, the 3 of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had not been of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to lack of evidence. Innocent. I can't get people off due to a simple lack of evidence. I have to find contrary evidence. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. Tell me about Von Karma. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher, and a man who deserves respect. I don't think so! I learned everything I know in the courtroom techniques from him. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick. He's a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, he was obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. Not one suspect was declared innocent. Ever. I mean, even just statistically, that scene should seem suspicious. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty, perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth? If what you're saying is true, then you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right! Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. Anything, huh? Von Karma has been, presumably, a prosecutor for a long time. I wonder if he was the prosecutor for Yanni Yogi, which would have broken his perfectionist thing
So he might want revenge against Hammond. Okay. Tell me about stuff. Sorry, I'm not sure I can help you with that. Okay. Can you tell me about this? What are you showing me this picture for? No reason. You know, I was impressed by your deduction in the trial today. Granted, you were at the end of your rope, but still. Nick, he noticed. Okay. Misty Faye. What can you tell me about this? Nothing. Map of Gold Lake. What do you think of the parrot? Nothing. Tell me about this. It was that case that changed my life. Tomorrow, on December 28th, its statute of limitations runs out. Tomorrow. Could that be a coincidence? But even if the case is finally closed on paper... Wait, hold on. Okay, wait. Okay. This is going to be a bit convoluted. But let's say that my theory that Von Karma is the murderer holds water, and that he sent instructions to the caretaker, Yana Yogi, to kill Hammond, to get revenge on Hammond. But also, the other person who ruined the kill streak, as it was, would have been Yana Yogi. So if he can get Yana Yogi convicted, that kills two birds with one stone. Even if the case is fully closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Never. Or Mr. Edgeworth. Okay. Can you tell me anything about this? This is probably deeply traumatic, but... Nick, no! That's a photo of his father. Don't show him that. You're right. Now probably isn't a good time to dredge up those memories. What is it? Nothing. Huh? Okay. No, not that. No. What do you make of this? Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack that boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Revenge? On me? Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant who got declared guilty or something? Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So he was following this letter then? Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men? Meaning myself and Robert Hammond? Alternatively, maybe the letter was from Yana Yogi to Von Karma. It also says this is your last chance. Last chance? Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations in the DL6 incident. Wait, that old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi? The suspect in the DL6 incident, the one who was found innocent. Okay. And you haven't... Okay, tell me about Yana Yogi. Yana Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. Earthquake, yeah. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! I can't breathe!
Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help, get us out. Don't shout. You'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court and Yogi was found innocent. He was found innocent, but that did not prevent him from experiencing consequences. Huh, but isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right? Yeah? There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. Do you remember shooting your father? I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. I think the time has come to tell all. Okay, tell me about the nightmare. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing. In the dark. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet. I said quiet, you're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help, get us out. Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. I can't breathe. You're using up my air. What? Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. What are you... Stop breathing my air. No, Father. He's attacking Father. And I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! Bang! Ah! And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. Okay, so he may have shot at the bailiff and accidentally hit his father. But that still doesn't explain the second shot. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. But that's just a dream, right? That thought is the only thing that's kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? And so that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it in that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean... It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. This is bad. What are we going to do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do, like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe... There is, Nick! There is someone else who knows about DL6. Alrighty, thanks, Edgeworth. That's been very revealing. I'm sure that will be of great assistance. And thank you for putting up with dredging up all this stuff. Okay, so I missed something at the boathouse. What did I miss at the boathouse? Public beach. And boat shop. And... Hello, Green. So, we just had a long talk about Edgeworth, who is processing childhood trauma from being trapped in an elevator, and his father was killed. And Edgeworth may have shot his father by accident in that elevator. But the third person in there, who we're pretty sure is the killer of Robert Hammond, the old boat rental guy, was accused, but ultimately found innocent, but his life was ruined anyway because his fiancée committed suicide after he was arrested. So,
I am beginning to suspect that the mastermind of all this is Von Karma. I don't have any proof yet. It's all circumstantial, but it fits so far. Okay, I missed something here. There's a sack. A fishing pole looks expensive. Maybe we should bring it to Detective Gumshoe. Don't you think the caretaker would mind? Well, we can just leave him the metal detector in exchange. Maybe we better not. Okay, so there was a fishing rod here. And a fishing rod is a thing that we can borrow. Or at least it was earlier. Alright, boat rental shop. It was that. Okay. So let's go to Grossberg. To the beach. To the entrance. To... we can't go to Grossberg right now. Okay, but we can go to Criminal Affairs. Let's see what that guy over there is up to today. Looks like the Detective Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet. Gumshoe? You won't be coming back today. Oh, really? He said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow. The boat shop caretaker. He shouted something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe. Okay, what are you up to today? That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Please, think about what you're doing, Jolinda. Don't take my Tommy away from me. No. Oh, that's more specific. You must be doing an image training for a nasty divorce argument. Let's see. Poster of an officer. Baby in uniform. That's the mascot. That's the computers. The laptop. Detective's desks. Computers and files. A lot tidier. Okay. Okay. Watch officer. Chief of detectives here. Glued to his computer screen. What? That's not possible. The world ended. Yesterday? He must be reading predictions for the future on someone's home page. I wonder if this was 2012 by any chance. Okay, hold on. Let me look this up. When was the first Ace Attorney game released? 2002 in Japan. Let's see. When did the Mayan calendar end? 2012. So that seems to be about the right time frame for a game like this to be around. That might be a reference to the Mayan calendar business, because I don't know who still remembers, but there was minor panic in some circles about the end of the Mayan calendar predicting the end of the world. None of us really believed it. But you know, I was like a kid, so I was this little niggling worry at the back of my mind still. Like, intellectually I knew it was junk, but you know, who knew? It was nonsense, of course. The end, the Mayan calendar signaling the end of the world is about as it would be as if our calendar, December 31st, signaled the end of the world. Should have said the year 2000 was also full of end world predictions. Ah, yeah. Something involving Nostradamus. I don't remember if it involved Nostradamus, but the Y2K thing. Basically, early computers did not have the memory space built into them to store more, well, maybe not the memory space, but they weren't programmed to store years beyond 2 digits, starting, I think, in 1969. So 69. When the year 2000 rolled over, then the computers would not know that it's 2001. They would think that it was 1900. And people thought this would cause total collapse of society because so much stuff was relying on computers. But because it was so well publicized and everybody saw it coming, people worked diligently to prevent it from happening. So basically the most catastrophic thing that I'm aware of is that somebody got about 100 years of late fees on their Blockbuster rental. Which, yeah. Anyway, it seemed, from where I was, it seemed like it went pretty smoothly. But a lot of people put in a lot of work behind the scenes. Okay. Mascot. The badger. Doesn't really look like a badger, does it? It was my idea, I made it. It's my mascot. See, nice. Tomorrow I'll present him before the department at last. I'm going to make sure they know how much people like the blue badger. Oh, he's not a badger. He's a badge. Okay. That's what the points are. That's the shape of the face. I get it. Badger. Okay. Good luck. Okay. Let's see. Nothing at the loft. Is Larry still there? One day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. Okay, nothing here either. Ah, that's right. You have to go to Grossberg from here for some reason. Maybe it's in the same building. Mr. Grossberg. Ah, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled. No kidding. I can't believe you're not. My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened, It's Mr. Edgeworth. He sobbed. I see. So, Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father. It's only a dream. Only a dream. I wonder. Green says it was only not a problem because a lot of people worked very hard. Indeed. What? If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled? He is a lawyer. Well. Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real. As you imagined. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. Threw the pistol. Okay. The pistol fired, and the deed was done. No! I don't believe it. Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. Okay. Tell me about Gregory Edgeworth. What do you know about Edgeworth's father? He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer, now that I think about it. Is it, by any chance, Von Karma? Oh, no, your mentor, Mia Fey. My sister? Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. Mr. Von Karma's techniques! Ow. She says it wasn't Nostradamus. There was talk of the end of the world on Y2K, also because of misreading of the Book of Apocalypse in the Bible. Well, the Bible is always... Well, people are always predicting apocalypse from the Bible. Like, the second coming is always, like, soon. Okay. The end of days and all. Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. No surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man,
forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. Result, he has a perfect record, a win in court record. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. And he lost. So that was the case that he was coming from during the elevator. And died in despair, as it were. I see. Tell me about the spirit meeting. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit meeting. That was your mother, Misty Fay. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. Yet Yogi was found innocent. That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? We'd better not be summoned the ghost of Gregory Edgeworth to cross-examine him in court. That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you. But possibility nonetheless. Are we going to have a parrot and a ghost on the stand in this case? Okay. So, tell me about, well, stuff. She was a beautiful woman. I'm truly sorry about what I did. Huh? Sorry about what? I think I'll stay out of this one. Parrot. Quite sorry. I have nothing to say concerning that. Okay. What else do you have to say about the L6? The incident took place 15 years ago tomorrow. Green says that would be on brand. Still, a parrot? Okay. A ghost? Okay. But a parrot and a ghost in the same case? So tomorrow we'll see the completion of not one but 2 trials. All thanks to the statute of limitations. However, I'm afraid the damage the DL6 incident has done will never be eased. Gregory Edgeworth was a gifted man. His death was truly a loss. I wonder what would have become of Von Karma were he alive. Chiffy says there's a case where the defendant is a whale. But surely you wouldn't have a defendant being a whale and also call on, like, a robot or something. Okay. Oh, so this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond. But why kill Robert Hammond? Hammond was a skilled defense attorney. But he defended clients not for their sake, but his own. Huh? His own sake? He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability. But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter? Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man. Socially, he was ruined. Huh? You'll understand soon enough. Wait! What is it? This letter. Do you recognize the handwriting? I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. A long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? I'm guessing it was Von Karma. Could it be Manfred Von Karma? Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this? Well, I'm not sure. Von Karma. Well, wait! You're right, my boy! This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it! Great! I used to see it all the time on court reports. What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was... Correct. Manfred Von Karma himself. What does this mean, then? Why would Von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? Okay. Tell me about Von Karma. If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty.
But that's an entirely different trial.
Oh no.
But how could Von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare.
That I do not know. But I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son. What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win, but he didn't make it through the trial unscarred. Gregory versus Manfred. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma? Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusations stood. Faulty evidence? It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that. Vacation, that's highlighted. So he was out of the office for a while. Well, he wasn't working as a prosecutor. That doesn't necessarily mean he wasn't in the building. Vacation? Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. Really? He doesn't take vacations? I wish I could take a vacation. I mean, technically I can. I just can't really go anywhere interesting because I'm saving money because things are unstable right now. Like go to the sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. I mean, I've never been to Europe. I've been to Australia, though. And Canada. You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot. Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma's going to bring up DL6, you can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DLC? I won't let him. Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know.
No, that's manslaughter. I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. He dreams about it. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's what happened.
Especially since, you know, they were in an oxygen deprivation environment.
Like, we have a motive for murder now. We have Von Karma.
So, there's currently nothing placing him at the scene of the crime. But, my instincts are telling me to look that way. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty. Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest. Mr. Grossberg, thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim. I understand. Police materials. Alrighty, thank you, Mr. Grossberg. Let's see.
Of course, if Von Karma did kill Gregory Edgeworth, then why would Gregory's ghost say it was Yogi? On the other hand, the level of complexity involved in this particular murder scheme might hint that, like, that's the sort of weird indirect thing he might be able to plan. What is it? Yeah, weird. Okay. Okay, is there anything else I can show? This. Alright, thank you, Mr. Grossberg. Alright, back to the Wright Co. Law offices. I guess... to the Criminal Affairs Department. There's hardly anyone here. We must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi. Ah, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again. Well, now, I can't just have just anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma's in there right now anyway. Oh, boy. He can go in as long as he's there. Von Karma? How come he's allowed in, but not me? Yes, he just arrived, actually. Von Karma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry! Okay. That must be one of the detectives, mumbling something. So, what are your hobbies? Well, I like to do skate-outs now and then. You must be doing image training for a first date. Alright, to the records room. Alright, Von Karma. I wonder what would happen if I show him this letter. Dusty as always. You were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had the time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Karma. Here are files of collected case reports. Quite a large volume of reports. Wow, these are all case reports? Yeah, it's like a graveyard of police cases. Yeah, we already read all this. Was this open last time? Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking in it recently. The label says unsolved cases, evidence. Unsolved cases. Nick! The file for DL6 is completely empty! What? What are you doing in here? Oh, it's Karma. Eek! I haven't seen him from the front. Von Karma! You! How do you know my name? Huh? Have we met? What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? You're Miles Edgeworth's defense. We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team. I wish you hadn't said that. We might have been able to get something out of him. Defense team? I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They're like bugs to me. No, wait, no. Accent. They're like bugs to me. Needless things to be crushed. I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right? A romanticist who still can't shed his veneer of amateurism. Just like his father. Always second rate. Mr. Von Karma, you got an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you? Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why? Because he dealt the blow to your otherwise perfect trial record? So you did. But what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival. That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt. His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean? You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow? You're right. So Von Karma is going to bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. Okay. Present. Here, have a parrot. Fool. You think I, a prosecutor, would give you, a defense attorney, information? Bah! Creep. Here, my attorney's badge. Fool. He won't give me information about my attorney's badge. Okay. Okay then. What about this? Mr.
Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder. Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter? Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You saved me from a lot of needless hassle. What? Nick, what is that thing? A taser. A stun gun. For self-defense, usually. Indeed. 60,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. 600,000. Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it, usually. Now, give me the letter. No. No! Whoa, what are you? Nick, run! Oh no, she got zapped. Maya! Out of my way! Oh. Phoenix also got zapped. I would say I probably shouldn't have shown him the letter, but I'm going to guess that was the only way to advance the story. Because having a letter, that letter with Von Karma's handwriting on it would have been too easy. He got us. The letter's gone, of course. And he took the DL6 evidence, all of it. Back to having no clues. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Maya! And nobody in the police office heard any of this. Maya, open your eyes. Maya! Ah, she's awake. The letter, did he take it? Huh? Oh, yeah, are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one small shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken him up at all. Ooh. Maya! There has to be some way I can help her. Better do something about her self-confidence first. Huh? Maya, she's holding something. What is that? A bullet? DL6 evidence, incident evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. And remember, Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. DL6 bullet, okay. Bears clear ballistic markings. Interesting. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. To be continued. All right. Final day trial. All right. This is it. Judgment Day. Today things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Ah! Well, what's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my running with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Whoa! Von Karma, Edgeworth got zapped. What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge. Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Whoa, yeah, pal. No, it's Gumshoe. He got zapped. What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've returned our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Not necessarily. Like, oxygen deprivation. That could be why he's having memory issues. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm going to prove it. Alrighty, time for court. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. Defense is ready, Your Honor. I need a better defense, like a weapon. The prosecution is ready. Right, very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood. Don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma. Your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trials, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. Green says, "What if the gun is the gun from the original?" What was used to kill what's his name? Gregory Edgeworth. Entirely possible. I would like you to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Okay, great. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. Right, so he wants the DL6 incident brought forward. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop of the lake, from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well, please begin your testimony. Why I left court. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did, but I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see. Back. I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I'd need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. All right. Okay.
Hold it!
I'd call what you did running away and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony, and you realized you were in danger. Now, Mr. Wright says no need to rush to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony. He sure seems relaxed. I could both do, Von Karma and Yanni Yogi. Wasn't running away. Okay. Why did you leave? He's just about to say why. Is it so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking? If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes. I went to buy some food for Polly, you see.
Hold it!
Food? Well, Polly is a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker shack? Well, I kind of got lost, you see. The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack. Okay, so if he has trouble remembering things sometimes now, why is his testimony of any value? Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's gonna believe that.
I see. So he was lost. Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. I figured I got nothing to do with it since then anyhow.
Hold it!
You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep, seems like it. Then how can you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory. You know exactly who you are.
The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof.
How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? It's impossible.
I'm glad you come to your senses, Mr. Wright. But the veiled witness, please continue. I mean one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one.
Hold it!
How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge, it's impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Order! Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor. Ho! Now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he? Don't play dumb, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name. As far as we can tell, he's Yanni Yogi. He could be Robert Hammond. We don't actually know. Well, hold on. Court record. Okay, this identifies the murder victim's Robert. It's Yanni Yogi. Okay, now I'm sure Von Karma is leading me into calling up Yogi, which will bring up DL6. But I think that's just a path we'll have to take. Especially since we know that it leads, we're pretty sure that it leads straight to Von Karma. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh! Yanni Yogi from the DL6 incident. I figured the judge would have heard of him. It's such a famous case. But what does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Tisk. Oh, he's looking very smug. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This witness is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay, it's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. I see. That makes sense. Tisk. Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? The witness has no fingerprints. Which is interesting, considering that, that would mean that he would leave no prints on the murder weapon. What? What? No fingerprints? You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yep. What? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. No. Tisk. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case has been decided, no? No. I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. No, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as to whose his fitness is. No one. Nick, what are we going to do? Didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief, hmm? Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot. I knew this was coming. What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. The parrot is a memory aid. The parrot knows things. Your Honor, the defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up? On my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. Oh, order! Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object.
Objection!
I object to your objection. Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Mr. Von Karma. I have a right to do so, as you suggested. Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game? Yes, I'm doing it. Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. My last chance. She's my last chance. At least, I think so. Bailiff, bring in the parrot. He was inevitable. That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name! The witness is ignoring me. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify for us. I'm cross-examining a parrot. Hello, quack. Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well, begin your cross-examination. Right. What are you going to do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? There was a way to get the parrot to talk. Who is your owner? Okay. Start. Okay. It's just one piece of testimony. And the silence. Okay. Green says the cutest witness. We shall see.
Hold it!
Hold it, parrot! Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right. What do I say? Have we forgotten something, right? As I recall, 2 days ago. Polly, have we forgotten something? What? Don't forget DL6. What? I can get Polly to say that here. That will prove that the caretaker had something to do with DL6. Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello, squawk! That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot something. Something we forgot. Hello, squawk! Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it. It's ridiculous. Why won't she say it? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Something's the matter, right, Mr. Wright? Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. I expected it. He couldn't have retrained the parrot. Could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if he'd forgotten anything? Okay. Let's see.
Hold it!
Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me. Frankly, I can't believe that you're speaking to the parrot. Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that our owner is Mr. Yogi. Let's see. What evidence do I have? What if I show the parrot to the parrot? How does that even work? Okay, just for giggles, I'm gonna try it. Let's see.
Objection!
This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction. Okay, that's just generic. Okay, that's disappointing. But I guess the expectation is that you wouldn't waste when you lose point. You wouldn't waste it on that when you lose points. Okay. Okay, press. Witness. Let's try what's the safe number. Maybe we'll get her to say the number of that safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what was the number of the safe in the shack? 1228. 1228. My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker. Hold on. 1228. 1228. Actually, it does. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it. Ah, ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity? That would be the DL6 case incident. 1228.
Take that!
The DL6 case file. What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to that safe number? Okay, so it's profile check. That is in case summary. Like one of the very first things, case summary. In case summary. It's on the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. The date of the incident, December 28th. Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago. And the number on that safe is 1228. Ah. He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. I see. Certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. Bah! This is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 001 because I'm number 1. This has nothing to do with a date. Nothing. Indeed. Alone is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I going to find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we can just get one more piece of evidence. Right, but what? Ah, the name. Very well, witness. You may continue. Okay. Press. Witness, you can't just... Yeah, all this. What is your name? Maybe I should get her to say her name. Polly, Polly, what's your name? Polly, Polly, what? Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity? As a matter of fact, it does. Yes, it does. Ha! It's fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Then show us this proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, to prove that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is, again, the DL6 case incident. We are suspect data. Okay.
Take that!
The DL6 case file, again. That's quite a large file you have there.
Which page is this proof on, then? It's 3 pages, Von Karma. Show us or stop wasting our time. Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to this parrot's name? In suspect data. It's on the suspect data page. This page is all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed, it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly? Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible.
Objection!
Bah! A mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old. That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that's all. True, that is a possibility. However, 2 coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. Well, what are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately. Okay. Give me 1 second. I need to run off and do something. I will be right back.
Okay, I return. Witness, tell us your name. Objection. Wait, is this witness? He doesn't remember. No, it's okay. No, it's okay. Now he's standing up nice and straight. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order! Order! Yanni Yogi. So it was you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. He won the trial, but I lost everything. Lost my job, my fiancée, my social standing. And this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Von Karma, where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent. In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? Okay, here's where we get into DL6. There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like you to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. The confetti may be premature. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Objection!
Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell him he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. Okay, so I've got to pick apart his testimony then. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? Objection!
Objection!
That judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth outright. Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. Oh, boy. For 15 years, I've had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare, that's what I told myself. No, wait, voice. It's only a nightmare, that's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. To mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident. It was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations, which ends today. The culprit is me. You're not pointing at you. You're pointing at the Phoenix. Right there. Order! Order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. Not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah! It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. V tries this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. Okay. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy! Just crazy! Huh? Hey, what are you doing? Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. Well, what are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it, in court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. A real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. All right. December 28th, 2:30. Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Sends through those pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the ZDL6 incident runs out today. So it's unconventional for me. I'd like to run this one by the book. See. Does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Okay, real quick, let me review the court record. What have I got? I've got the odds. Okay, so that's for the last one. Fired 3 times. Bears prints from Edgeworth's right hand. Let's say this is the same pistol. Are the prints from the boat or from 15 years ago? I don't think prints last that long, but, you know, we cross-examined a parrot today. I'm not sure, I don't know what to, dismiss. Okay. All right. District Courthouse. Air and elevator was auctioned complete at the time of incident. No clues found on the scene. Gregory was a defense attorney, trapped in the elevator returning from a lost trial with his son, Miles Edgeworth, age 9. 1 bullet found in the heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. He checked the bullet. Yes, because it has clear forensic markings. Okay. 1 bullet found in the heart. 2 shots fired. So where did the second shot go? Like, that should have shown up in evidence. Trapped in an elevator with Miles Edgeworth, memory lost due to oxygen deprivation. After his arrest, fiancee Polly Jenkins committed suicide. Okay, and further, we have a photograph. So, that seems like a pretty awkward angle to be shot at, but also have that bullet hole. And if that's the second bullet, then that's a pretty clear path. That should have been recoverable. And I have the bullet. Still bears clear ballistic markings. Miles Edgeworth. I'm prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday. I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. Okay. That day I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. Okay. Okay, so in this recollection, he was there. Like, Gregory was there. And that's where he was shot. There's no conceivable way a bullet fired from there could hit Gregory there and have an exit path there. In fact, the bullet would have to be either like just fired wildly, or if it passed through. Wait, hold on, wait. No, the bullet was found in Gregory's heart. That means that it could not have left the bullet hole, which means that's the second bullet. So why has it not been recovered? My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then something heavy fell at my feet. Fell it? Okay. From above, perhaps. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. It certainly looks like the same make of gun. It has that same giant barrel at the front, even though it's supposed to be a 22. Okay, actually, hold on. Let me... let's see. Yeah, that's the same kind of gun. The exact same model. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. Okay, again, there were the gun fired 2 shots. So what about the second one? It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought the memory was a dream? We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. All right. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. Okay, tell me more. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney. Okay. Mr. Von Karma, you were handling that case? It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details. That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem of Von Karma's evidence. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator.
Hold it!
So there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator? Yes, myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first, but then as time passed and no one came to help, my father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue.
Hold it!
What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then, just then, something heavy fell at my feet. Okay.
Hold it!
What was it? Pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster. And you picked it up, about half happened next. I picked it up and I threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting.
Hold it!
Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous, but the air was getting so thick, I panicked. So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi. I was in a daze. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, and then a scream.
Hold it!
The gun fired once? Yes. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot, that horrible scream. Scream. It's a terrible scream. I remember it to this day.
Hold it!
To this day? Yes. I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence. I don't know what it means. Better find out quick. That day I had gone from... Okay. Scream. What do I have about the scream? The oxygen was depleted, so it would be difficult to scream. Okay. But also... Hold on. Murder weapon was fired twice. He remembers one shot. Yeah, 2 shots or 1. Yeah. I picked up on that. And, you know, there had to have been 2 shots. Because in this photo... So here's where he was during that incident. And we know that he started slumped in that position, okay? Well, we know it from Edgeworth's memory, but, you know, I guess nobody else knows it. But there's no possible path for someone in the elevator to fire a gun. Path. No, the bullet was found in his heart, but there's a bullet hole here. So, the bullet that made that could not have been fired could not have been the same one. Well, either could not have been fired from the elevator, or it was a second bullet. Shifty says the oxygen was low, but the air was not thin. Screaming would be possible, just not advisable. I suppose so. Say it was Von Karma after. That seems likely, especially given that the pistol just kind of dropped in front of Edgeworth. Let's see. Which, you know, means it came from above, like, say, the top of the elevator, which usually has a door. Okay. Your power's off in 5 minutes. That's okay. Alright. Okay. Trapped in the elevator. Alright, single gunshot. So... Murder weapon was fired twice. Okay, so I want the victim data page. Okay.
Objection!
Are you sure you only heard 1 gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor, unfortunately you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence, unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony? That would be victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says quite plainly, the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard 1 gunshot. Yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shot? Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot? Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when the second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident. Oh, yes, there is. What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case? Yes, because it's in the photo. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof. What? Impossible! How could you miss something this obvious? Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. Do you have any evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident? That would be this photo here. Which this could not also, be lodged in his heart if it was fired in the elevator. Okay.
Take that!
Look at this photograph. There's a song like that, isn't it? Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. That's the only bit I know from him. Was it by, what, Nickelback? I don't know. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired? Where? Your Honor, please, get a clue. Show the judge the contradiction in the photo. It's here.
Take that!
As should be obvious, the contradiction is here. I see. A bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Oh, order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart, the other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. In fact, maybe the scream wasn't even his father's. Maybe Von Karma got winged outside the elevator. And maybe that's why he took his vacation, to heal off the incriminating wound. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. Objection! You objected? You have to say something. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 case incident file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. Case summary. That's on page 1. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on this scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. Okay, let's see you explain the bullet hole. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter, the whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door. Something else? Like what? Order! I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. What do you mean we have to discount the defense's claim? Tisk, tisk, tisk. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. Gah, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? Looks like I was wrong. Nick? If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought the 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. Okay, Phoenix, remember we're dealing with Von Karma, who clearly set up the murder, clearly had a grudge. If he knew that their bullet had never been found, maybe that's because he took it. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick? Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Actually, I know where the second bullet is. It's in Von Karma. Or at least it was. That's where it ended up. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not. So you killed your father? That was not your intention? Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt. Very well. The statute of limitation on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now! Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying. My mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright? I have an objection!
Objection!
Your Honor! I object! Tisk, tisk, tisk. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object, Oof. Nick? I don't know. This case is perfect. Oh, no. Ah! It must exist. The second bullet. Ah. What? What did you just say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist? But where? Someone took it. It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet. It existed. What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist. No, it didn't. It's circumstantial proof that it did not exist. Like, it had to exist because it left a print on the world. I realize that, Your Honor. The grasp. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer.
Objection!
The murderer. Then tell us, just who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one. The criminal took the second bullet? But why? Huh? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet? Yes, the murderer had to find it because it was in him. Of course there was a need. That's why they took it. Bah! What possible reason could they have had? Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with them is the bullet would be proof, the murderer was cautious, or, you know, they'd been shot. But yes, the bullet would be proof. Well, wait, no, that bullet would not be proof because, well, it could if it had come from the inside. But the second bullet, I guess the bullet would be proof that they were there. Murder was cautious.
Let's go with this. Maybe they thought that the bullet would be used as proof? Proof? It was a special... No, not a special bullet. If that was the case, then they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well. Huh? Why would they only take one of the 2 shots fired? Oh, right. Mr. Wright, have you really thought this through? I'm going to have to penalize you. Come on. There's only one other option. There's some pressing need for the murder search for that bullet. Yeah, the murderer had to find it. The other option is the murderer didn't need. Okay, I'm gonna say neither of those options seem quite right. The murderer had to find it. Murderer was cautious. The murderer was very cautious, so you see. That's why the murderer had to search for that bullet. Yeah, if that was the case, okay. So that's the same thing. So they didn't need it. I mean... Okay, let me go back. Okay, fine. Let's try this. The murderer didn't need it. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for that stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Had to take it. Had to take it? Murderer... What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take the bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance... For instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer? The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Von Karma's silent. That means we're on the right track. Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murder, the murderer themselves was shot? And then they left with the second bullet still inside of them? Thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime? Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yes. But there's a problem with that. The other 2 people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Jnana Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside, yes. Alright. The 2 men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. That's the scream that Edgeworth heard. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you grasp it, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.
Objection!
What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. That's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. Huh? I just thought of something. Really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth.
He was Von Karma. Took you long enough. Oh, man. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Outside of this particular set of circumstances. Should I come out and say it now? Or save it for a better time? Let's see. I'm going to save. And I'm going to try it now. Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. For what? Von Karma. Von Karma? That smirk. You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there? Bah. You don't object? I see no need. Why honors this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Or maybe you didn't. Maybe the bullet's still in there. Hey, let's find out whose doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Von Karma pulled the bullet out by himself? That's insane! No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? Let's see. Do I have evidence? Wait, I did! Ooh, I have a metal detector. It makes a noise when metallic objects are near. Okay. Yes. All right, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is this metal detector.
Take that!
Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it's unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. Huh. You don't mean... I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible? For all these years? Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find. Oh, he's sweating. This is the first time we've seen him crack. I refuse. You refuse? But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you? Order! Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy.
Objection!
The statute of limitations runs out in this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing. Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you. I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. Of course you do. Unfortunately for you, I have a matching bullet with ballistic markings. But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It's Mr. Wright who must prove something here. Not I. Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6? Of course he can. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence. Because you took it out of the records room yesterday. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder with the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. So that will be this bullet, taken from Gregory Edgeworth's heart, still bears clear ballistic markings. Now, I'm not sure how that necessarily proves it unless we can take the bullet out of Von Karma's shoulder. Hello, Amy Heather, who says this is her second favorite case ever. It's pretty wild. Okay, I'm going to save just in case. Okay, I can't save. All right, let's go with this.
Take that!
That's a bullet? Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely, with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. You may recall the term. Let's see. Amy says, favorite is Farewell My Turnabout from Justice for All. So this is my first time playing Phoenix Wright. I mean, like, I've done the previous cases in previous stream miniseries, but this is all new to me. Okay, so you may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets, then if the markings match, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? Amy says, been playing the game since 2008, so I'm chatty about the series. Yeah, you feel free to be chatty. Just don't spoil. I mean, you haven't spoiled anything. Just letting you know. But yeah. Oh gosh. Did he just pull the bullet out of himself by hand? That scream. Yep. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Through the gun. Get away. Get away from my father. Bang. and then the same scream. The battery turned into a werewolf. It's that scream I heard from the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed. Mr. Von Karma? He's still busy screaming about it. Only you would dare defy me. So, it was you. You and your father are my curse. Is he done? Yes. Nope. I'm just going to let him keep going for a little bit. He deserves it. So, how's everybody's day today? It was cold here today. I'm not happy about it because, I don't drive, so I had to bike to work and from work. And also, I'm, limping for some reason. I don't know why. I went to the doctor. I wasn't able to nail down what it is. But, yeah. I'm going to have to go visit a physical therapist to try to figure out what's wrong and what to do about it. My best theory is that it's from my bike accident back in August-ish, I think it was. Late August, maybe early September. Let's see. Over in South Africa, it's hot, and where Amy is, it's cold as heck. Yeah, I can't wait until the weather warms up. Shifty says his thumb hurts, finished on guard in a single setting, took 7 hours. Yeesh. That's quite a strain. Ooh, ow, ah. That twinge was my foot. I was fiddling with it against the leg of my rolling chair, and ow. All right, let's proceed. He should be thoroughly concussed now. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. Shifty says, worth a good game. Amy says it was in the 50s today, but it was windy too. Yeah, we had really nasty wind the other day. It was the absolute temperature was not that bad, but the wind was biting. I'll bury you. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death, death. 15 years earlier. Chief Prosecutor, I'm sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I'm in the South? No, I'm in Utah, which is over in the West. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth! It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me, penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. It was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Ah, South Carolina. Then there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. That same shot. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Ah, that's why his ghost said that it was Yogi. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Except apparently not. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge! What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it! Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. You are innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. So, I wonder what's going to happen to Von Karma. Alrighty. Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. I gotta say, I'm impressed. He was pretty close, though. He's getting away? Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he's getting away. He was entirely too smug about this. Pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it. I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory. So, it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know! Try thank you. I see. Thank you. Right. You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. She's got you there. Whoop! Amazing, pal. No, that was a whooping enjoyment. You pulled him through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Edgeworth has money. MC2M says, hey, I see you now know the truth behind the DL6 incident. I hope the parrot was worth it. The parrot was something, yes. I feel foolish. Don't worry, take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Oh, it's Lotta. Hey, y'all! Lotta! Y'all were great in there! Enko says the statute ends today. Yes, but at this point he would be evading arrest. So that would be, I believe, a new charge. Anyway, y'all were great in there! Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats! Thank y'all very much. Y'all. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your head in the cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Has your girlfriend broken up with you? Inconveniently, Lotta Hart, who is also a bit of a ditz, happens to be right here. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Keonce. She's gonna live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts, you come along tonight too. You come along tonight too. My treat, pal. Huh? Oh, thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right? Yeah? What's up? The envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it. Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? I knew it! I knew it! It was Larry. Huh. What a weird amount. I mean, it's not little, but it's not a lot either. Dramatic. $38 exactly? Nick! Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38. No. No! Larry, it was you! What are you so surprised about, right? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day, 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying he did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Okay, so the fact that Larry stood up for Phoenix is what kept Edgeworth from going after him. Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know! Really, Wright, I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, huh? Edgeworth? You should have told me. Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. No, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too. Death! The death sentence for both of you. Man, if only I had known I'd have become a prosecutor. The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth, want to switch, right? Hey, y'all, line up, I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time, let's go. And after that, dinner's on me. Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. Oh, like criminal detention, not school detention. Okay. Alrighty, December 29th, 5 a.m. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? Still only 5 o'clock. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium, for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Goodbye? What time is it? Gah, the first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station. Oh, hey, station. I wonder if we're going to revisit this place later. I guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick! Maya! So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And
think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? That was...
Hold it!
Not objection. Well, wait! What? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes. Only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? Show Maya some evidence to cheer her up. Let's see. Oh, the bullet, right!
Take that!
Yes, take it. Bullet? Von Karma was convinced he had taken all the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued that last piece of evidence that we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me. Nick. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay, I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. Is that what trains sound like in Japan? So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. And there's the anime freeze phrase. Thanks, Nick. Freeze frame ending. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters. Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim. Yes, Your Honor. I got a bad feeling about this.
Objection!
Alrighty. Let's see. Did we get credits last time? This might be the last game of the first Ace Attorney game. Hey, pal. Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a Happy New Year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Whoop, Detective Gumshoe. Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh? Graphics. Huh? Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you'd call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah. Oh, no. So, wait, who was Missy? Who was Missy? Like, I thought he was going to end up with Lotta Hart. Who? Right? Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful. Didn't we convict you? Oh, it's him. Phoenix Wright? Ah, the defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know, I've taken over management of the Gatewater Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by. I distinctly remember he was unhelpful. Oh, it's you. Phoenix Wright? Ah, yes, Mia's understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. I haven't seen him of late. Ah, the days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see.
No, it's... Phoenix Wright? See an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Did you know that they finally put it... Oh, yeah, that's right. She always talks too fast for me to read. I definitely convicted her. Let's see. Will Powers. Oh, I'm sure that... I missed the things. Keeping my face out of the public eye till the show's over. Wouldn't want it to ruin any kid's dreams, you know. That's right, because he's the princess thing now. He's still in disguise. Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. Sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit but didn't have time, so I sent her some pink princess trading cards. She says she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at anyway? She says he's a magical girl. Yeah. I assume it's only a matter of time until we get a case that involves that show. Oh, hey, it's the kid, Cody. Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess, all right? But, you know, I snuck into the studio on the other day, and I saw her, the one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog. It was kind of a shock for a boy of my tender age. Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy. Huh? Me? I'm in training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them, there's a ghost. For real. Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous. Would that be Mia? It's gotta be Mia in that photo. Yep, it's Mia. Of course. Victory. Ah, but she's holding it. The way Maya's holding it. Okay. You can tell that was originally vertical Japanese text.
Hold it!
Okay. A brand new episode has been added. Okay. Hold it. Yes, save my progress. All right, let's okay, episode 5, Rise from the Ashes. Well, that's a play on Phoenix, definitely. This was a DLC episode? Okay. Well, we'll take a peek. That is loud. Yep. This is very different in art style. Okay, volume. Hold on. There. Hold on, was that 2 murders simultaneously? Down, turn down. Oh wait, I know that silhouette. That's Badgie. Okay. Well, that was highly dramatic. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. Okay, audio back up, let's say about there. That's in... Okay. Let's try there. Okay. Alrighty. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That is, until the day that girl showed up. February 22nd, 10:02 a.m. Wright and Company Law Offices. Was that there before? Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. There you are, finally! Where have you been? Well, that's certainly a look. I guess you're a scientist? A chemist? Is that chemistry bottles? My sister's trial is tomorrow. Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am. It only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney, Mia Fey. Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but Miss Mia Fey is no longer works here. So you are the coffee boy? I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney. Right. Wait! You're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. Wait, is that you're better than nobody, or you're better than nobody? I'm sorry, I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere. Please, I'm out of time. But please, you have to help. It's my sister. Vision of, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to wrap up in a minute anyway. Maya, could it be? Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma Sky. Is that a pun? I'm a scientific investigator. Scientific investigator? Okay, so that is the start of the next case. But we've been going for 3 hours, 41 minutes. This seems like a good place to stop for the night. So we will wrap up here. Let's talk schedule. So, Sunday at, I'm not going to be there, but tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain Time will be the next community game session, currently Space Engineers. That is open for anybody who's part of the channel community. Details are in the Discord, which should be linked in my on my channel page. And then Sunday at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. Oh yeah, and that's 11 a.m. Mountain Time as well. But Sunday at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, Shifty and I will be playing more Planet Crafter. And then Friday, 1 week from now, at 7 p.m., well, we have two options. We can start this next case, or we can take a break from Phoenix Wright and start Hogwarts Legacy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a poll in the Discord, and we will go from there. Regardless, we will eventually play, well, regardless of which wins, we will eventually play Hogwarts Legacy, and we will eventually play more Phoenix Wright. Just a question of when. So, that's it for me today. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Phoenix Wright at Hogwarts. Oh, that would be a sight to see. See ya!